Wah! Hello, Blue Fleet, how are we doing? Welcome back to Ace Attorney. We're playing, I think, the end of I4 today. Ow! Hey, Ara, welcome in. So as you can see, this stream is going to be simply Debeste. Down, 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 down. Better than all the rest. Oh, that was awful. Hey, Zach, how we doing, man? Not bad, not bad. How about you? I've got a bit of a headache today, but it's been kind of hot here, so hopefully I'm not going to have to do too much thinking. Here we are. A formal accusation. Yeah, there we go. Right, let's see what's going on, shall we? Okay, oh, the judges don't look very happy. The only people in this room who look happy, right, are Lossa Hart because she has not a brain, and then Eustace. I mean, the less we say about Eustace, the better, right? He's just a cataclysmic twat. Because no thought. Thinking's always optional? Yeah. Okay. Oh, it's Francisca. Uh-oh. Silence in the courtroom, please. Miss Von Karma, if you'd be so kind as to update us on the progress of the search. It's not good news, I'm afraid. The entire big building has been searched from top to bottom, and no auctioneer's hammer was found anywhere. Ah! That is bad news indeed. Then, we have no choice but to move ahead with the verdict. Loss is one of your personal favourite side characters, probably because she's in the first game. She's definitely, like, unexpectedly popular. I think it's unexpected for me just because, like, she was a bit character from... I mean, admittedly the biggest case in the first game. But she was really just a bit character, and then she kind of, exploded from there, you know? Oh, such a terrible shame. But I suppose only a fool would have left a murder weapon behind. It's certainly not what I expect from a first-rate criminal mind. No, there's just not enough to work with here. I can't carry us any further on my own. Yes, it really is a tragedy, but such is life, I suppose. I was just thinking back over the defendants I've made plea deals with over the years. People who poured their hearts out to me, who trusted me with every detail of their crimes. Do wrong, right, dang it? Yeah. And then, when it came to their sentencing, I recommended life in prison every time. For every single one. Oh, if only you could see them. The stupid, dumbfounded looks on their faces. The verdict will now be passed. All present will accept the goddess's word as law. There's nothing more I can do. Kay and I both... If only we had some proof! I never imagined I would be passing judgment on you under such circumstances. The end of the road, huh? By the power vested in me. Excelsius winner, this court hereby indicts you for your crimes. What? Are we playing the right game? You're not on our side. What? Huh? Ah? What? What? Huh? What on earth's gotten into you, Verity? She's doing a 1-3 Edgeworth move? I submit for the court's consideration the case file of a certain incident. Namely, the IS-7 incident, a murder that took place 18 years ago. But what does that file have to do with... Wait, you mean... Your late-night visit to this chamber, that was to... Precisely. I came here to retrieve these documents. Ah. Though sadly, it would seem that I arrived too early to catch the auction itself. Well. When we spoke of the matter before, I implied that I had come to retrieve files pertaining to your own case. You'll have to forgive me. That was a ruse to buy myself more time. Wait a minute. What the heck are you doing, Val? You can't just accuse my dad. Yes, well, I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth, Eustace, alright? Wait. This is the last case, isn't it? Okay. Without proper grounds, it's defamation! An excellent observation, Eustace. It is? And of course, I have the grounds to make such an accusation. 18 years ago, Mr. Manfred von Karma had some details about the victim's body fabricated. Details he was forced to fabricate when the sculptor Artie Frost's body went missing. My papa? Fabricating information? What is the meaning of this? Ian Seidman, the detective originally assigned to the case, did in fact report that the body had gone missing. Wait, Ian Seidman? The inside man? Okay, fair enough. That's pretty good as far as pond names go. However, it seems that a certain someone wasn't very pleased with Mr. von Karma, and deliberately withheld that information in order to bring him down a few pegs. What? This individual refuses to allow anyone to go against their wishes or to challenge their power, and they're known to go to extreme lengths in order to bring those who defy them to heel. 18 years ago, they were no different. In fact, they even ordered Dr. Hertz to create a fake autopsy report for the I-7 incident. What? She was responsible for the fake report? Wait, you have to understand. Grandma, she's not a bad person. She had to do what he said. She didn't have any choice. He? The person in question was the chief prosecutor at the time. The chief prosecutor 18 years ago? No. It's a man who gave Papa's the first penalty of his career. But wait, hang on. Hold on a minute. But the first penalty of Von Karma's career was why Gregory was murdered. Oh fuck. Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, we're starting this one off with some sledgehammer blows, huh? Man, that's wild. That is absolutely crazy. Okay. Excelsius winner, it was you.
Objection!
What are you all talking about? My dad would never do something like that.
Overruled.
I'm sorry, Eustace, but your opinion on the matter is not needed here. Well, Chairman Winner, do you have anything to say for yourself? All that nonsense with the body, that was Manfred's doing. Such a willful boy. And the fake autopsy report? Hilda, how could you? I can't believe you naughty kids would do such dishonest things behind my back.
Hold it!
We could just ask her why she did it. She is standing right over there, after all. Edgeworth hitting on grandmas again. What is it with Edgeworth and, like, flirting with grands, huh? Like, he's flirting with Hilda. He's got Old Bag constantly after his Malzarino, if you know what I mean. Oh, what a thought. No, I've hurt myself. I'm wounded. No. I'm gonna swing this coffee. Hold on. Okay. Wait, Grandma can't. She's... Oh! Grandma, I'm sorry. I knew. That's why I... Right, exactly. If I didn't, everybody would have found out about what you did. They said he was going to charge you if I didn't help you with the plan. They said he would... I just had to do what the auctioneer said. Uh-oh. So you were coerced into it, were you, Nurse Needler? And just to be clear, the auctioneer was Chairman Winner? I'm sorry, but I honestly don't know. The person forcing me to open was the auctioneer. And they definitely looked to be about the same build as the chairman, but I never saw their face. Well, there must be something. Any detail, no matter how small, will do. Oh, wait! Their mask didn't cover their whole face. And the part that wasn't covered had a tattoo on it. I remember that much for sure. A tattoo? Well, I mean, he is a biker. Okay, that kind of tracks. A tattoo.
Objection.
This all sounds very dramatic, but I really don't know what you're talking about. There's no tattoo anywhere on my face. I think I'd know if there was one, wouldn't you? Which means I can't be the ringleader, no matter how much you might want me to be. I only hope you can figure out who this shameless manipulator might be.
Overruled.
Your contempt for this courtroom is an insult to the goddess. Are you sure it's not you who's feeling insulted here? I am not the only one who's been trying to bring you to justice. Miss Ringer had been trying too. And I refuse to let her sacrifice be in vain. Young Rosie was looking to take me down, you say? But why? I barely knew her. I've always had a certain magnetic charm, but I don't remember ever catching that particular eye. You barely knew the victim? Why, I do believe that is a new statement. The goddess demands that you offer your full testimony on the record. Hang on. Has this whole thing been like a triple cross or something? So like the whole thing with Eustace and the whole thing about constantly trying to get us disbarred was a ruse to get this particular hearing together so that she could try and take him down. I may have underestimated this this judge. Well, you know what? If it turns out that is the case, then you know what? Fair play, because she had me going throughout. So that's how this is gonna go, huh? You mean to hound me until I finally break? Well, if that's the way you want to play it, fine. I'll destroy you all. Every last one of you. Mr. Edgeworth, please allow me to work with you on this one. What the fuck is going on? Hold on. I know so much. It's mental, isn't it? It's mental. Even the cat thinks this is madness. I doubt we'll get another chance to put him on the stand. So let's make the most of this opportunity. Of course, Your Honor. I wouldn't have it any other way. He's smooth. Now, Chairman Winner, you will tell this court everything you know about Miss Ringer. Okay. Young Rosie was a member of the committee, of course. But we never really had any personal interactions, at least none that I remember. I had no motive to murder that poor girl whatsoever, and I have absolutely no idea why she was after me. So you don't mean to accept your part in any of this? Of course he doesn't. He isn't guilty. How could he be? He's my dad, the winner of winners. That's very kind of you, Eustace, but you'll need more than mere words if you plan a cover for me. Right, you got it. I won't let them pin this on you. I believe in you, Dad. You'll beat Edgeworth. I know you will. Yes, yes. You really are such a sweet, simple child. He really loves his dad, huh? But that's no excuse for him to ignore his father's crimes. No matter how much he respects him. Regardless of their station in life, all criminals will be made to atone for their sins in time. This won't be easy on Mr. Winner, but it has to be done. We can't let his father get away with this. Looks like we're mind-breaking Eustace, huh? Alright, fair enough.
Hold it!
As a member of the committee, you must at least have been familiar with her face. Sure, but that's about all. I saw her every once in a while. Okay.
Hold it!
So you're saying you barely knew the victim at all? That's exactly what I'm saying, my boy, yes. Why, I never even knew about that burn mark on her hand. You didn't. I mean, what's the point? You get to know someone, but before you know it, they're gone. It's become such a pain to remember things about others. They're here one day, gone the next. Yes, because they dare to stand up to you and you make them disappear. If you could please add your remark about the victim's burn to your testimony, Chairman Winner. Well, I didn't even know about the burn mark on her hand. Okay. I feel like this is relevant. Hang on, let's have a look at the evidence quickly. Okay. I feel like we need more information. Prominent burn mark on back of victim's right hand. See, if it's prominent, the kind of follow on from that is that it's obvious. You know, it's a prominent burn. Like if in the course of my work I'm talking about, say, a prominent scar, it is a scar that you notice quickly, right? So I'm going to try and play that. If that's not right, we can just say scum it, right?
Objection!
Ha! No. No, okay, fair enough. It wasn't that. It wasn't that. I got too excited then. I thought, oh, I've got a gotcha now. Let's try and press on this statement. Maybe that's what we're missing.
Hold it!
You're sure you didn't know about the burn mark? You really don't let up, do you? I'm not in the habit of memorizing who has a scar on their head and who doesn't. But this wasn't just any old scar. I'd say it's pretty noticeable, in fact. Perhaps under normal circumstances, but now that I think about it, Miss Ringer did always wear gloves. Ah, understood. You gotta go eating. Enjoy your food, Ara. Hopefully see you soon, yeah? Truth be told, I wasn't aware of the burn mark until after the incident myself. The victim's hands were always covered by a pair of gloves. It makes sense, of course. People can be very self-conscious about such things. I can only sympathize, being something of a sensitive soul myself. Ugh. I hope you're not too sensitive to append that statement to your testimony. Although, I suppose she was always wearing gloves. Perhaps it was to hide that burn. Do we have anything here? But she's not wearing gloves. Oh no, the gloves are in the coat pocket. Had a tattoo on the part of their face the mask didn't cover. But she doesn't have a tattoo on her face, does she? Is it this, maybe? Let's try and press here.
Hold it!
So you remember her always wearing gloves? I mean, it was something of a trademark of hers, yes. Who noticed I had a burn mark? I always imagined it was just a fashion statement. Does your little friend there have something to hide under all those bandages, I wonder? Me? No, I don't have anything to hide. You don't. Not even the stony visage of a cold-blooded murderer.
Objection!
If anyone here is hiding such a thing, it's you. And I'll expose your true face if it's the last thing I do. What, we're gonna burn his beard off? Oh, you never fail to entertain, my boy. Go ahead and do your worst. So Miss Ringer always wore gloves. That reminds me of something. I should look over all the evidence again. Okay. I think we've got our clue. We've got our clue, right? Hang on. Let's see. Okay. What was it that Edgeworth just said? She always wore gloves. That reminds him of something. Okay. Well, but whose fingerprints and blood were found on the hood. I think it's this.
Objection!
I overthought that. Didn't I? I overthought that. God damn it. I thought, she was wearing gloves. Why are her fingerprints on the thing then? Nope. No, it's not that. Okay. The broken plushie. One of the people recorded had a prominent burn. Should we try this? One of the people recorded had a prominent burn. But if she was always wearing gloves, right? This?
Objection!
Aha! There we go. That was actually genuinely tricky because, like, there were several things it could have been and feasibly could have worked there, but, like, actually nailing that one down was kind of satisfying. So Miss Ringer always wore gloves. If she did, that raises a rather important question. Highlights quite a contradiction. A contradiction, you say? Really? If we listen again to the conversation that was captured by this stuffed cow, you'll soon see what I mean. And I knew it was you the moment I laid eyes on you. You can't hide that burn from me. Oh. Nothing to say for yourself? I've waited so long for this day, and now I finally have my revenge. Aha. We can be reasonably certain that what we just heard is the moment the victim was attacked. I knew it was you the moment I laid eyes on you. You can't hide that burn from me. We assumed that those were the words of the killer. And where's the problem in that? It seems like a perfectly sensible assumption to me. Ha! I'm afraid not, Chairman Winner. For you see, if the victim was always wearing gloves as you just testified, then the burn mark on her hand should not have been visible to a killer.
Objection!
You speak as if gloves can't be easily removed. She could have taken them off during the auction. That's... But she hadn't. She was still wearing them when I changed places with her. So they must have been on her hands when she was being murdered too. What are you saying, my dear? You do know how much trouble you're in, don't you? I'm not scared of you anymore. I have Grover on my side now. Now it's time for you to pay the piper, Winner, you dang devil. Ha! I see. So you're both looking to disappear too. That can be arranged. Not this time, Excelsius Winner. The only person disappearing will be you.
Objection!
Hey, you can't talk to my dad like that. Who cares if the burn was covered up? Why does that even matter?
Objection!
Oh, I'll tell you why, Eustace, you little bitch. Oh, it matters. Because it turns our understanding of the burn mark on its head. Oh, what do you mean? What can the fact the victim's burn mark be... what can the fact that the victim's burn mark was covered up possibly tell us? The victim's burn mark was covered up. The murderer has a burn mark too. Oh! Think about it like this, Mr. Winner. The victim was wearing gloves, therefore the burn mark on her hand would not have been visible. In which case, whose burn mark was it that was being referenced in the recording? Somebody who wasn't the victim. Precisely. which can only mean that the culprit had a prominent burn mark too. Wait, Eustace got something right and we praised him for it. What? Eustace growth moment. Really? Also, put it another way. I knew it was you the moment I laid eyes on you. You can't hide that burn from me. Those words were spoken not by the murderer, but by the victim. Hey there, Tailfin, welcome in. Eustace is a good boy. So far, he's been an insufferable knobgoblin, but I'm prepared to see that he might have some chance to grow. You know, I haven't written him off completely yet. No way!
Objection.
Eustace, my boy, would you mind stepping aside for a sec? Look, Mars, it's nice to see you having fun with your little flights of fancy, but let's get serious. So the murderer had a burn mark now. Really? Where? Your little theory will either take flight or die, depending on your answer here, I'm afraid. He's not messing around. I have to figure out where that burn mark wasn't fast. Well, you see, I think I've worked this one out already. I've worked this one out already. And this is one of those moments where, like, being covered in tattoos actually kind of works out for me. Because, if we look at the evidence real quick, right? Where was it? There was a statement that we had. Had a tattoo on the part of their face the mask didn't cover. Right? They have a tattoo on their face on the part of their face the mask doesn't cover. However, feasibly you can mix up a tattoo and a burn. Or sometimes you can use a tattoo to cover up a burn. Or sometimes people get tattooed with burns. So that's branding. And then you can have scars kind of tattooed into your skin as well. It's called scarification. But like if he's got a burn mark, you could mix that up with the tattoo very easily. So he had on a half face mask. So the burn is either going to be on the chin area. In fact, I think if we're looking at just the face and not the head generally, the burn's on his chin. We have to shave him. We have to shave Excelsius Winner. Wait, no. Is that why he's called Excelsius? That's such a ridiculously meta joke. So the secret hides in him having a shave, and Excelsius is a word that I always associate with shaving razors, because there's a British brand that's got a name that's kind of similar. What's the brand called again? Hold on a minute, let me just have a quick look. Let me have a quick look here. Yeah, so it's Gillette Sensor Excel razor blades. So Excelsius. That's crazy. If that's actually the logic they've used to name it, that's such a meta joke that how they get away with this shit. Oh man. Okay. Right, it's on the face. I'm pretty confident of that. Okay. I wonder where it could have been. All of the auction people were wearing disguises, right? Yes, and each disguise was different. Yes, in spite of that, the burn mark was visible to the victim somehow, which means... Well, shall we? Enlighten us, why don't you? Where was the murderer's burn mark? I assume you have some evidence. I'm gonna play this.
Take that!
Here is my evidence. The outfit the ringleader was wearing throughout the auction. Or rather, the outfit you were wearing, Chairman Winner. Oh! And what exactly is that supposed to tell us? Hmm?
Objection!
A suit, white gloves, and a mask. This disguise should have covered almost all of your skin. But according to Nurse Needler's testimony, the auctioneer's mask didn't quite cover your entire face. And not only that, she claims to have seen a tattoo on the part that was exposed. But was it a tattoo, or did she simply mistake a burn mark for one? See? I fucking told you. Yeah. Do, 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 do. A burn mark on the face.
Objection.
Sorry to interrupt while you're so clearly enjoying yourself, dear boy. But I regret to inform you that none of the committee members had such a burn. Myself included, of course. But Dad, I mean... Eustace, do you think you can be quiet, please? You can be foolish on your own time later. Oh no, he's about to be broken, isn't he? Well, you may be an annoyance most of the time, Mr. Winner. But on this particular occasion, I'm grateful for your presence. Real winner of a dad there. You could say, Tailfin, that he is simply Debeste. Was that decent? Partway decent? I thought that was a good joke. Yes! Yeah! Oh, excellent. A reaction like that from you, his son, is as good an indicator of the truth as I could have hoped for. And it gives me a much-needed confidence boost concerning another theory of mine. Namely, who that one unexplained item belongs to. One unexplained item? One unexplained item? The only thing I can think of is the key card. Because it was found in the victim's hand, but we haven't... I can't remember if we confirmed that that was her. Debeste it ever was. You're Debeste. Nothing's going to ever bring you down. Oh, man. I'll behave. What's the matter with Mr. Winner? I think he might be in shock. After all, he's usually the last to figure things out. But in this case, he seems to have gotten there all too quickly. He knows that his father is indeed the real murderer. He's sad because he knows the truth. So, it's better not to know the truth at all. No, Kay, it's what we came here for. It doesn't matter how we get there. The important thing is finding the truth. You yourself told me that once, right when I needed to hear it the most. And now it's time for me to repay the favour and show you the truth of your innocence. I want to know too. The truth, what really happened. You like the fan translation names? They are pretty good. The fan translation names are, like, pretty decent. I think they're more literal translations of the Japanese names as well. Does kind of matter how we get there when the law's involved? Well, yeah, I suppose. Valuing the truth even when it's hard is a virtue? Yeah. See, I've had situations where... just standing by the truth has actually paid off massively. And I mean, I'm always truthful in what I do. You know, I don't like dishonesty. You know, it bothers me. And I remember there was this one time, right, where I had a matter that I was looking to submit for just a bog standard judicial determination. So, like, you know, we can't reach agreement on this. Can a judge have a look at it and make a decision for us, right? And the other side came back and said, hey, you've changed this document without our permission. Change it back. And I was like, no, I haven't. You did. Hey, Hades, welcome in. How you doing? So the other side came back and they say, no, you've changed this. We haven't changed this. You've changed this. How dare you? And I was like, no, you've changed it. This is what you sent me on this date. This is what I sent you back. This is what you sent me back next, which was incorrect. You're not allowed to do this. So I went back and maintained my position, and then we're hit where we are now. And they started saying, if you don't change this, we're going to apply to court. So you get struck out. And I'm like, okay, yeah, we can play it like that. So what I did was actually kind of cruel. But I basically, when I submitted my bundle to the court, I put in a letter. We don't normally do this, but I put in a letter just saying, we have the following accusation from the defendant. I want the court to be aware of this ahead of time. Here are all of the documents which disprove their allegation, and we ask the court to disregard any submissions on this matter. And normally it's just a case the barristers will go in and they'll have the arguments, and the judge will just be like, well, whatever, bang bang gavel, you know, decision made. No. The judge just decided on when we sent everything through, they were just like, okay, I'm deciding this on the papers. The claimant gets everything they want plus all their uplifts, and the defendant's case handler is going to come to this court and explain what the hell they think they're doing. I'm just like, and it's like, just by standing firm to the truth, I avoided a really sticky situation, and also someone who's been an absolute wanker got battered. Like, getting summoned to court so a judge can tell you off is the worst situation you can be in the sort of work I do. Yeah, the judge was so pissed off. The thing was, like, the judge was angry enough to summon them and also give us what we want plus our uplifts. It was, no, it was not. They were not. They were, like, pissing off a judge is a really stupid move. Never do it. Never, ever, ever do it. Like, if you fuck up with something to do with the court, then you get down on your knees. You dogizer. I'm sorry, judge. I've dropped a bollock here. Please may I rectify this, sir? And if the judge says yes, thank you. You go over and rectify it. You know, if you fuck about with that stuff, that you will get destroyed. Like, you look at Udgy in this. No, most judges, in terms of how they are in attitude, are somewhere between Verity Gavell and Manfred von Karma. So if you imagine Manfred von Karma with principles and the unrelenting nature of Verity Gavell, oh man, I'm getting an inappropriate little tingle in my giblets thinking about that case. It's mental thinking that was like 8 years ago now. Man. It's mad thinking how long I've been doing this sort of shit as well, but there we go. Okay. So please, Mr. Edgeworth, why don't you show me? Yeah, it was amazing, Zach. I was so happy when I got that order in. I just started howling at my desk, and my manager's just like, What's going on? You're right. You know, this is a bit of a weird thing to be doing, Shin. And I'm just like, take a look at this order. Take a look at this order. And he looks at the order, and he's just like, oh, send me the file reference. I want to have a look at this. And I sent it him. And he was just sat at his desk, just laughing. I very much intend to. Oh, you don't know when to give up, do you? Where is this burn, then? Perhaps you could point it out to me. But you can't, can you? Because it's nowhere to be found. Just like your evidence that I'm the killer. It's on your chin. See, look at the shape of his face, right? Look at the shape of the face. Now, the murder happened very recently. But if he's wearing a mask, he's gonna have to hide the beard, right? I think it's on his chin. Yeah, hunt for contradictions all you like. You won't find any. Because he's my dad, a winner through and through.
Objection!
I understand, Mr. Winner. I completely understand why you don't want to believe it's true. But if you ignore the truth now, you'll regret it for as long as you live. Dad, what do I do? How did he hide a beard like that? Now that's the question, isn't it? I just don't understand it. How could I have raised such an utter buffoon? If you really wish to help your father, Eustace, you can try thinking on your own for once in your life, you useless nitwit. But I try all the time, Dad. All I do is try. I went to the school you wanted me to go to. I aced every test. Look at my jacket. They only give these to the valedictorian. I did everything you told me to. I worked like crazy and graduated top of my class. I tried to be just like you and win as many trophies as I could.
Objection!
You really are just a simpering simpleton, aren't you? Oof. Those tests you aced, I had the school give you perfect scores on all of them. Those debate and speech competitions you won, the judges were all friends of mine. If you never even realized that much, there's no hope for you, I'm afraid. None at all. You're no son of mine. Even you must see that. Oh! Ooh. Like, I might not like Eustace very much at this point, but... Jesus Christ! Hi. Oh, man. Oh. Gone. My own son. They all leave in the end. People need honest feedback, especially in education. Yeah, nepotism is never the way, right? But, like, honest feedback in education is the only way that you learn. You know, you learn by getting things wrong. You don't learn by constantly getting things right. Because, like, if you don't get things wrong once in a while, then you can't learn from that. You know, sometimes you have to fail. Failure is not something to be afraid of. I mean, it's something to try and avoid. But, like, generally, you know, if you put your all into it, then if you fail, then it's like, well, why did I fail? Yeah, learning how to deal with failure is very important. Like, it's really crucial. It's like, where did this go wrong? How did I fail? And how do I not fail next time? It's the trauma and all of that? Yeah. I mean, sometimes failure can be traumatic. But at the same time, you know, you learn from it. You know, it's one of those things. If you don't learn from failure, you will not learn. You know, it's one thing that I'm kind of careful to try and do in certain aspects of my life. There are a lot of parents who are total assholes about their kids' grades. Yeah, grades in a lot of cases aren't even really that important. Like, my grades at school were pretty good, but I've not really used any of them in adult life. You know, I kind of went off, I did my degree. Yeah, like, I went off and did my degree. It got me into uni, I suppose. But I studied sound engineering at university, right? And I've somehow gone into working in law. You know, my education has not really set me up for my professional life very much. I know that in most people it's supposed to, but, like, you know, some people do not learn through grades and tests and all that. It's like doing. It's supposed to be a metric, a reflection of a goal. Yeah. And, like, oh, the way that failure's seen by a lot of people? Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. And I mean, over here, we've just had the SAT test, the SATs, which are the Year 6 tests, right? Sound engineering into law? Yeah, so have you ever seen Suits? I kind of accidentally became Suits, which is hilarious. Like, I don't have a law degree, because you don't need one to work in law in the UK. You need one to have certain legal jobs and certain statuses, and there are certain jobs I cannot claim to be, because I don't have that degree, and that precludes me from saying that. But I'm still, like, one of the most experienced people on my team. I'm the guy that the juniors come to when there's something that's gone wrong, and it's like, how do we fix this? And I'll have a look at it, it's like, here's how we fix it, and the manager's just like, well, that saves me a job, so, you know, nice. But yeah, the SAT tests, like, Year 6s take them, and it's just stress on stress on stress. It's like, you need a law degree to be a barrister or solicitor. Yeah, so to be one of those two things, you would need a law degree. Or to be a solicitor, you don't necessarily need a law degree. You need, at the very least, a level 6 Silex qualification. So Silex is the other way into full qualification. So Silex level 3 is to become a legal executive. And then level 6 is legal exec to solicitor. And then when you're at that level, you could cross-qualify and become a barrister as well, and then be accepted to deal with cases at court. Barristers can't do solicitor work unless they cross-qualify into it. So normally, if you get the law degree here, you go one of those two tracks. You go solicitor or barrister. There's a few people who cross-qualify, but it's not common. Cross-qualification is very much the exception. I've only ever known one guy who was cross-qualified, and he was a lot of fun, actually. He made a really mean chocolate ganache. What a thing to remember about someone. Not like, oh, he was really, really skilled at his legal jobs. No, he made a really nice chocolate cake, he did. Oh, chef kiss, 10 out of 10. I mean, boo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Even when he was trying, he was failing, and he did it all for me. Then he should have tried harder. Man, this guy's a knob. You're a disgrace. You don't deserve to be a father, and you certainly don't deserve to be chairman of this committee. Even I feel sorry for the boy now. I forgot to have pity sex with him later. Poor Mr. Winner. Explain yourself, Chairman Winner. Just what do you think your son is to treat him in such a way? I think he's a failure. Another useless pawn sounds about right. But you're one to talk verity. You tried to worm your way into my trust by using Eustace too. Francie already knows what it's like to have a perfectionist dad. See, I don't even think he's a perfectionist. He's just like, he's trying to get his son in a position where he's useful to him, and that's about it, isn't it? I cannot deny it. However, I have never thought of him as a mere pawn. He may not be a naturally gifted prosecutor, but he tries. In some ways, he tries harder than anybody. He's interested in using his son as a pawn? So, in theory, if he gets Eustace all the way across to the other side of the board, would Eustace become a queen? Oh, okay. I understand. That's what I've witnessed during my time with him. Yet you would call him useless. How could you?
Objection.
Queen Eustace, yeah. Oh, because he is Verity, my girl. He is utterly incapable of doing anything I ask of him. Mr. Edgeworth, I entrust my offering to the goddess to you, so that you may use it to call her final judgment onto Excelsior's winner. Thank you, Your Honor. I've been more than ready to do so. If the ringleader had a visible burn mark on their face that night, then it would follow the chairman winner is currently hiding that mark somehow. How exactly was he dressed during the auction? That will be the key to solving this case at last. Now then, your answer, please. Which piece of evidence will help us to reveal the burn mark on the culprit's face? Okay, so which piece is going to help us reveal the burn mark? More like a rook or a knight. Knight's the only one with moves the queen doesn't copy. Yeah, that's true. However, knight is dead and rook is also dead. So, wait. So is Gavella bishop then? Because she's all religiously. You played a really fun Flash game once. Was it Epic Battle Fantasy by any chance? That's pretty good. That's a pretty good one. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Well, you played a knight in chess puzzles? Oh, okay. Interesting. More chess references than you thought? Yeah, there's been a lot of them in this game. Oh, my fan's gone off. Hold on. Canis is the bishop. That makes sense. That makes sense. He's also the bodied harmer. He harms the body. Okay, so which piece of evidence will help us to reveal the burn mark on the culprit's face? His head does have the shape for it. That's true. Excuse me. Also had a tattoo on the part of their face the mask didn't cover. That's what I think is the ringleader appearance, because a tattoo on the part of their face the mask didn't cover.
Take that!
Take a look at this if you would. And that's supposed to help you reveal the burn mark, is it? I don't understand. I just don't understand. Doesn't matter whether you understand or not. Forgive me, Mr. Edgeworth, but I don't understand either. Well, it's very simple. You put the mask on the face, and then you see which part of the face it doesn't cover, right? And that's where the burn's gonna be. That should have worked. There's one key difference between the auctioneer and the chairman standing before us, and the burn mark we're looking for is hiding on just the other side of that difference. But you see, it's even just said. I need to take that evidence and shove it in his face. That's what I've just said we need to do. If you knew which part we were on, We're trying to prove that Excelsior's winner has a burn on his face. And apparently the ringleader's outfit, which says there is a mask that doesn't cover part of the face. So the ringleader has a mask that doesn't cover part of their face. And we've seen that we know that there is a burn where the mask doesn't cover the face. So I said the ringleader's outfit, because the mask will prove where on their face is not covered, and that's where the burn will be. And that's wrong. There's no evidence that's just the mask itself. The ringleader appearance is the right evidence at one point to prove the burn. 2 evidences before that. We don't have an evidence which is the right mask. We've got a different mask, but it is not the mask that the ringleader was wearing. It's a different mask. That's the problem. Okay. See, we've got this. The mask mold on the Jammin' Ninja's face. But this is not. This is the mask that Rosie was wearing. This is the auction. This is the auction attendee mask. This is not the auctioneer mask. We've got a letter. Ain't gonna be that. A ticket stub. No. The recording. I mean, the masks. Maybe just the masks on their own. You know, if we say the masks will show that there is a thing there. It's not the right mask, but it's the masks. You know. Can I show the history? Sure. Which piece of evidence will help us to reveal the burn mark on the culprit's face? This is the key question. Right, we're trying to prove where the burn mark is on the culprit's face. They have the log in this version. Yeah, it's good. Higher, please. Okay. Basically, Eustace has just run away. Like, he's just called Eustace a useless bastard. And Eustace has gone, oh no! And he's just run away crying. Just, like, tugging himself off as he goes. It was a horrible thing to see on stream. I'll tell you that. So yeah, Eustace, the main thing that just happened, Eustace has just left. He's just run away. He's just been told by his dad that he's a useless wanker. I mean, he is, but, you know, he didn't need to hear it that way. That was kind of mean. So let's go back over here. The only other thing I can think of is Eustace has just run off. It's only just happened, yeah. The only thing I can think of is the masks, plural. But these are not the right mask. You know, that's why I thought the ringleader's outfit, because look, had a tattoo on the part of their face the mask didn't cover. So we just put the mask on from this, and then, you know, that shows where the tattoo is, or the burn mark. The only other thing I can think of is the masks, but I don't see any other solution. I showed the ringleader appearance already, yeah. Yeah, Eustace has run away. Can I check the doctor's statement? Sure. This one. Ringleader prepared wigs in order to enable her accomplice to disguise herself as Miss Ringer. One wig was straight and the other wavy. Ringer's hair was straight, so wavy not used. And then the other statement from the doctor. Victim's body discovered in committee chambers. Autopsy places time of death about 11 PM the previous night. Cause of death appears to be blunt force trauma from an object with a circular striking surface. Puncture wounds on the chest were inflicted post-mortem. Prominent burn mark on back of victim's right hand. And then if we see here, right hand. So I don't think it's this. That one's a doozy. Oh boy. Is it really obtuse? Is it like turbo obtuse, Ara? It requires some assumptions. Who do we think is the ringleader? Excelsior's winner. I think Excelsior is the ringleader. Because we've tried to say, hey, you're the ringleader, instead of just saying, no, I'm not. He's gotten very angry and threatened to murder us. Who do we think has the burn mark? Excelsior's winner. And I'm pretty sure, looking at the mask, because the way that the mask was, would have covered just above the top lip, but it would have left the bottom of the face clear. Where do I think the burn mark is? I'll show you. So you see here, on his picture, right? The mask covers up here and down. Basically, it follows the contours of his face. Now, to hide who he is, he'd have had to hide the beard. Therefore, I expect the burn mark is somewhere on his chin. That's the only place I can think of that makes sense for it to be. Because that's the only part on his face the mask doesn't cover. So I think it has to be on his chin. Are we about there with that, do we think? Because that's the only part of his face the mask doesn't cover. If he didn't hide the beard, but the burn mark is on his chin, how could he have done it? The beard is fake? So if the beard is fake and he's just, like, tied it on, then he could have just taken it off. Okay. Okay. So he can take the beard off, right? And if he's taking it off, what do I expect to find? A chin with a burn. Hang on. Okay, so not on him in the hiding place. You feel I understood the point? The second wig is his fake beard, isn't it? The second wig is his beard. Oh no! Okay. Okay, so we're gonna have to go with this, I think, then, because we're gonna make the assumption that he's wearing a fake beard.
Take that!
You remember the red line parts in DD? You more or less did the same? I don't think I do, actually. I don't think I do. Recall Nurse Needler's testimony, if you will. There was one thing we never quite resolved. The second wig, the one that wasn't used. I seem to remember it being wavy. What are you two talking about? Nurse Needler apparently found some very interesting items when she went to swap places with the victim. The brain blasts. Ah, right. The brain blasts. Yeah, no, I remember that. When you said red line, I was thinking about like text, but no, like the, right, got you. And what does it have to do with this burn mark? What she found were two wigs. One was intended to make her look more like the victim, but what was the other one for? I don't suppose it was meant to be a spare. It doesn't take a huge leap of imagination to see the truth. Compare Chairman Winner's current appearance to that of the ringleader as it was described to us. Stop it! Stop staring at me! One very prominent difference presents itself. His face, or rather, what's around it. You mean, it wasn't a wig after all? Indeed, not a wig intended to go on the top of the head in any case. It was a fake beard all along, wasn't it, Excelsior's winner? Oh man, that's nightmare fuel. That's nightmare fuel because, like, I've got a real beard. Like, look, hang on a minute. Let me just, hang on, where's this gone? Right, listen to this. Do you hear that? Yeah, that's my beard hair going all over the microphone. Beard ASMR. You know what? in the one ASMR video that I've actually played about with and released, right? Your immersion's ruined. Well, it's going to get better because the one ASMR video that I did, there's like hair brushing noises, and I got the hair brushing noises from combing my beard at the microphone. Now, your immersion's going to be ruined even worse when you find out that I look like I look like Romain Latouche in real life. Like, that is kind of my general appearance. I look like Romain Latouche from the case with the twink and the handgun. Oh, boy. Uh-oh. This? Why, this is all my own, dear boy. How very uncanny to suggest otherwise. Witnesses, siren. Yeah. Yep. Do you remember the language that they spoke in? Like when we were talking in it? Like they'd start speaking in that foreign language, it was just like Bulgarian, yes, that's the one. And then, you know, the response would come back from Lamara, like...
Objection!
We saw how your son reacted when he realized the truth, and how he desperately tried to cover for you even in light of his realization. Yet you still feared that he might expose you. So rather than take that risk, you bullied him until he couldn't take it anymore. Because he knew that your beard hides a prominent burn mark. Chairman Winner, I insist that you remove your beard this instant. Oh. Don't make him become a smooth chin, please. Please, that's nightmare fuel. Never force someone to become a filthy smooth chin. Why would you do that to someone? That's just cruelty. He's going to do a sort. He's just going to throw his beard at us. The one time that they use that sprite of Phoenix looking pissed off about something is because he got hit by a toupee. Uh-oh. Oh, man! Sorry, give me a second, guys. Oh man, I thought I heard something, but no, not so good. There it is, the burn mark. Mr. Edgeworth, for bringing evil to justice before the eyes of the goddess, you have my thanks. No, thank you. I couldn't have done it without you. Excelsius Winner, in the name of the goddess, I hereby pronounce my verdict. In the matter of Miss Rosie Ringer, this court finds you guilty. Wow. Mods, burn his balls. Yeah. We're gonna give him cock and burn torture. Mr. Edgeworth, I can't thank you enough. You never gave up on me, even when I gave up on myself. That was very kind of you. There's no need to thank me. As a prosecutor. No. As a friend. It was the least I could do. Oh, Edgeworth is being nice! He's being nice! This game is really damn long. Yeah, we're on like... This is part 17 of this one game. Yeah. And we've still got an entire ass case left to go. Like, we've still got another case left. That's enough to make a grown person cry. I never thought I would see the day. I've learned that Chairman Winner has been safely delivered to the detention centre. The search for the missing auction hammer continues. However, we are talking about Chairman Winner here, so it's highly likely it has already been destroyed. In addition, there is one other matter I must inform you of. The Chairman made a rather strange statement. According to him, the letters were not part of his plan. What? How could that be? He claims that he and Miss Needler found this letter on Miss Ringer's person, and that they then found a second letter on Kay's unconscious body. From their contents, the letters seemed to ones of correspondence. So he leapt to the conclusion that they must have been working with each other. It's quite the conclusion to jump to. As he read the letters, that's when he came up with the idea to frame Miss Faraday for Miss Ringer's murder. So he decided to place the victims in a very conspicuous place. Namely, in her left chest pocket. Sounds to me like he's just trying to make excuses for himself. Yes, I certainly thought the same. Perhaps it was some sort of last-ditch ploy on his part. But it matters not. He will answer to the goddess now. And under her scrutiny, such strategies cannot hope to succeed. He will not escape justice. And with that, one of the duties with which I have been entrusted with is complete at last. Judge Gavel, before you go, can you tell us what you know about how Chairman Winner came to murder Miss Ringer? There's more there, isn't there? Yes, and I suppose you have earned the right to the whole truth. Miss Ringer once had a lover, a press photographer. Oh, okay. Ah, they recruited Apollo. Excellent. Wait, is he even born at this point? No, yeah, he is. He's like a he's been recruited as like a child Soviet agent. Like what's his what's Apollo's activation phrase? Doing fine? Was that what he said? I'm doing fine? Like Apollo comrade. Apollo comrade. When say I'm fine, activate and you will make explosion of courtroom. Yes. Do you see? Very big kaboom. You will have standing back many the steps, Ivan, so not get caught in blast of kaboom. A bomb? A bomb! Oh my god, JC, a bomb! Oh man, I haven't played Deus Ex in ages. We never finished it, did we? I should go back to that. Damn those Soviet sleeper agents. Like, playing Deus Ex again could be a shout. I'll think about that. It's one of the first games I ever streamed, but it was like 3 years ago. And we never finished it. We got up to the start of Area 51, and I just kind of lost interest in streaming it for some reason. Same thing happened with System Shock 2, actually. We got to the Vor level, and we got stuck in the Vor tunnels, and I was like, you know what, I can't be dealing with all this. I can't be risking that sort of stuff on my channel. My baby little channel. I don't want people to think I'm one of them. You know, what they're going to do, they're going to come in, they're going to find me walking around in some alien sphincter and think, oh, he's well into this. And I'm just like, I just want to fry things with my brain. Because it was a, you know, it was a Psy build that I went for. Which was weird, because Psy builds are, like, hard to play. You're constantly having to shoot up crack cocaine just so that you can make sure that you can cast spells and shit. Like, I'm much better as just, like, a straightforward sort of soldier or soldier-engineer hybrid, something like that. Anyway, I digress. He was investigating the underground auctions as a freelance journalist. But before he could uncover the truth behind the auctions, he was disappeared. All Miss Ringer was left with were the memories and personal effects of her lover, and so, seeking revenge on Chairman Winner, she made her appearance at the auction. Unfortunately for her, her opponent struck first. I see. So that's the story behind this case. While the goddess does not condone acts of wanton vengeance, Miss Ringer's actions have exposed Chairman Winner's crimes at last. So that was your real goal. You were tasked with exposing Excelsior's Winner and the corruption at the heart of the committee. Does anyone know what happened to Mr. Winner? I am afraid I haven't been able to get in touch with him. Do you have any idea why? He was CIA'd, yeah. Yeah, it was, not good. No, he tried to take a holiday in Japanifornia, except things being as they are right now, you know, didn't go very well. No. That's so scary. Like, I would not want to try and travel over that way at the minute. I mean, I don't have a passport at the minute anyway, so I couldn't. But yeah, I look at what's going on, I'm just like, maybe not. Maybe Skegness would be nice. You know, you've got yours, yeah. I sometimes feel like the only guy without a passport, you know. I just don't have a use for them, so I don't go outside. You couldn't have gone to the UK without... I mean... You probably could have snuck in on the Eurostar. You know, someone opens up a suitcase and there's you know, there's a little French inside, and you know, you look up at them, you just say Dracar Noir, which I presume is French anyway. Maybe through the airport though you couldn't. That's fair. Interesting how Hexose is an allegory for corruption in the legal system, and how much people like him enable people like Manfred. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Probably because I wasn't there for him just now when he needed me most. Gavel! He's 17! Oh, you're going to jail. You're going to jail, Verity Gavel. I feel really bad for him. Well, don't pity him too much. At least he knows the truth now. No, not that way. What other way is there? And no matter how hard it might be, he'll need to learn to accept it. If he can't, he'll never be able to move on with his life. We'll see next case. Understanding. Trust me. A father's influence isn't easily erased. But in time, he can hopefully try and change his ways. You're right. You've got to be. Can I change too, I wonder? Can I move on with my life? Are you okay, Kate? How's that head feeling? I'm fine. Thank you. This is Daddy Issues, the game. Yeah, it's true. And then, you know what's even funnier, right? Is now, Trucy is like, hello, Phoenix Daddy. Hello, Edgeworth Daddy, because they got married and like they're doing things at night time. And Trucy's like, oh, I hope my daddy's shut up soon. I want to sleep. And then, you know, in the bedroom, Phoenix is just like, oh, objection, objection. Edgeworth is like, objection, objection, and you've had a very disturbing glimpse into the sounds that Phoenix and Edgeworth make when they're doing it. Trucy's the daughter issue of the Daddy Issues. Oh, man. Oh, man. I'm so sorry, Kay. You were my patient. I had a responsibility of you, and instead I let him accuse you of... Ow! Dang right, we ain't just in the business of fixing bodies, Missy. The mind's where it all begins. You're right, Grandma. Speaking of which, how's your memory? It's like, with a little more time, maybe I'll be able to remember some more. Please forgive me, but I better be on my way. I am to preside over the trial of Fifi Lagarde in a bit. The Bronco Knight case, huh? Who's the defense attorney? It was supposed to be Miss Ringer, but is she no longer with us? We are still in the process of finding her replacement. I bet it's going to be Fender. Miss Ringer was scheduled to represent Warden Lagarde. And of course, until we find Eustace, there is nobody acting for the prosecution either. In any case, I must take my leave. Kay's dad, Edgeworth's dad, Von Karma, Winner. So many fathers that have big effects, some good, some bad. Yeah. So far, like, would it be right in saying that Big Dad Kitaki is so far like the best dad in the series? You know, the mob dad, the mafia dad is like the best dad in the series so far. I tell you, Phoenix, I need you to save my boy. Gregory is? Yeah, you know what? Gregory is a pretty damn good dad. But like, if you think about Kitaki, like he contracted an attorney to save his boy. Big Wins is like a surprisingly good dad. Mafia is all about the family. See, I wouldn't know. I'm a good boy. I stay out of trouble. I don't mix with naughty gangs and such as that, so I wouldn't know. Oh, wait, please. What about Mr. Edgeworth's badge? What's going to happen to it now? You try to remember the other Mafia dad in Trials and Tribulations? It was a granddad. You're thinking of Brainchan's granddad. Was it a granddad or was it her dad? I'm sure it was a granddad. I'm sure it was it a grandpa? Ari, you'll remember this. Brainchan, the one who The one who Fake Phoenix was in absolute terror of. You notice the subtle theme of fatherhood in AJ? Yeah. Definitely there. There's a lot of themes like that in these games, actually, yeah. Not to romanticize them, there are unfortunately worse gangs out there. Yeah, see, I tell you what the worst sort of gang that you can encounter is, right? The worst sort of organised criminal gang that you can encounter, right, is if you're, let's just say, you're walking down an alleyway in New York City, right? You're just walking down an alleyway, you're minding your business, and then you hear it looming out of the dark towards you. And it gets closer and louder. And then you see them come around the corner, and the first of them is hunched over, one hand in their pocket. They're leaning forwards, clicking their finger as they move towards you. And then two more come out behind them, in formation. They're all posed the same way. They're stepping in line with their clicks, and you suddenly realise, oh fuck, I'm about to get mugged by a 1950s barbershop musical gang. And that's when you know, they say, when you're a jet all the way. I kind of stole that joke from one of my pals. Like he said to me at one point, you know what, Shinsu? One of the most terrifying things I can think of is being mugged by a barbershop gang. And I'm like, what do you mean a barbershop gang? It's like you know, like the Sharks and the Jets. Like imagine if they're just clicking down an alleyway towards you with, you know, and then they start pulling out knives and doing their hair, and then they're gonna like click towards you and mug you, and you're just like, oh shit, that would be scary. Hi Cyber, welcome. How are you doing today? We're discussing some really strange bullshit. With its chairman under arrest, the committee's activities have been suspended for the time being. So to answer your question, it's complicated. It's all up to the goddess now. But don't worry about it, Kay. It's a consequence of my own making. And I assume you do not mean to change your mind. Of course not. I chose the path of the truth, and I chose it willingly. With Chairman Winner out of the picture, justice is in the hands of the righteous once more. If you did wish to follow the path of the prosecutor again, Mr. Edgeworth, I would be more than happy to facilitate such a decision. It's very kind of you to offer, but I can't accept your help at this time. I can't ask for my badge back when I'm not even sure if I want it anymore. I see. It seems we are destined to continue on different paths then. Ha! Well, I trust you'll keep my badge safe until they converge again. With all I have... Touching. There's the Circus Dad, there's the ones in Great Ace Attorney. I've never played Great Ace Attorney. I've got it on Steam. Once we've got... Basically, after we finish this, we have the Sausage of Justice, and then we've got Great Ace Attorney. So we've still got loads of Ace Attorney stuff to do. But yeah, we're gonna after we finish Investigations 2, we're going back to AJT. We do the Sausage of Justice. And then after we do Sausage of Justice, we've got Gah! You know, we could do Gah. In the meantime, I have here a token of the goddess's mercy. Wait. Lay down your weapon. It is not too late for your mercy. Oh, oh, come and look upon the heart. Upon the heart. Oh, 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 I'm a god. How can... Hi. How are you guys all doing tonight? God love Dagoth Wave. You know what? I'm really tempted to do a cover of Dagoth Wave someday. Like, imagine that. Just like, hey, look, it's this VTuber's first cover. What the fuck is... Goth Wave? Goth Wave? And then you realise, oh, it's an Elder Scrolls shitpost. You may return this notebook to its rightful owner. Kay's Promise Notebook. It seems it was due to be sold in the auction. See, I don't call it the Promise Notebook, I call it the Counseloress Notebook. And with the name Kay written on its cover, Chairman Winner made the connection immediately and knew who it belonged to. It was the same name as the one in the letters, after all. The letters he claimed to know nothing about. Boo! When am I doing karaoke? You know what? I actually did have a karaoke set list that I was working on at one point. The problem is, I'd have to work out like when to schedule it, because next door is not always empty anymore, and that means I have to be a bit more conscious of like the noise I make. So karaoke might be difficult. Like, it's not completely off the cards, but it's just something I've got to be conscious of. But like, there's some of the stuff on the set list, you know. Do you guys know the song America by Killing Joke? You might know it if you follow DaFuck Boom on YouTube, the guy who does Skibbity Toilets. He's done a series called America, where American toilets just rock up and things explode, and it's the song from that set of shorts. And there was also some Dungeon Goblin synth as well. So yeah, let's do some karaoke. What songs do the young people want to hear these days? I know, Goblin Dungeon synth. Anyone who knows the artist in question will know exactly which song I'm referencing there as well. I suppose he insisted he didn't prepare them. Yes, he also had something else to say. Apparently, he thought that Miss Faraday was after her notebook and that Miss Ringer was after his life, and that their respective goals are what led them to cooperate and infiltrate the auction together. Unfortunately for him, he misread the situation completely. It was all just happenstance. If Kay had known a defense attorney who was also a member of the committee, there's no way she wouldn't have told me. That just isn't like her. Ha! Your belief in her is touching. While the notebook did become part of Chairman Winner's cover-up scheme, it is also a treasured possession of Miss Faraday's, which is why I would like for her to have it back, as I'm sure with the goddess. Thank you. I pray that it helps her to recover her lost memories. Oh, she was alright in the end. Is everything alright? Judge Gavell wanted me to return something important to you. Oh, isn't that... Always greet people with a smile, even people you don't know. Never cry in front of strangers. This shot has been memed to hell and back? Really? Why? Daddy, I wrote them all down, Daddy. Yeah, I'm going to keep all my promises and be a real hero when I grow up, just like you. The Edgeworth angle? Wait, have people like memed that as though he's like handing someone a doobie or something? Like, here Kay, here's a joint. Something like that. Or, here Kay, here's a heroin needle. Is that the sort of shit people have done with this touching shot? Is that the sort of shit people have done with this absolutely emotional moment? You're kidding, right? You're joking. No. Actually, no, it's the internet. Of course they do that. Pretty much anything to whoever's reading. So you're saying he's passed over an 18+ hentai doujin. Interesting. Holding a giant apple. I fucking hate the internet sometimes, but it's also brilliant. Like, I don't have any reasonable counter-argument to have for this stuff. Oh, man. Oh, wait. I forgot to write one down. The most important promise of all. Promise number 5. Always try your hardest to learn about things you don't understand. Haha, I remembered it just how you said it. And now I'll never forget it. Always try your hardest to learn about things you don't understand. Hold on, let's have a look at this. Oh my god. Oh man, that is very funny. You know what the other thing is? Like, if you made that L red, it'd be like Edgeworth is saying, hey, Kate, you've got a car, you can learn to drive now. I don't know, like, if people have that elsewhere in the world, but in the UK, if you're learning to drive, you have a big red L on your car. And it's on a white background. It's basically a sticker that says, I'm a learner driver. So, fun little fact for you, Hades. You know I said that I'm working on a ROM hack of Super Metroid? Right. Well, I've got a temple area in there, which leads to the Varia suit. And do you know what... excuse me. Do you know what I've put in the first area of that? The room is called the Hall of Loss. And on the background, on the wall... in the brick, not very visible, there's Loss. Clown University. We don't want to send Kay to Clown University. Aren't clowns in the Ace Attorney universe the ones who we, like, joke it to? You know, I mean, I'm just thinking there's the one in Sausage of Justice that everyone's always like, crank, crank, crank. But then Mo, oh my god, Mo is sexy. Who doesn't joke it to Mo? Let's be honest here. Let's be honest here. You know, people be like, oh, clown, clown can throw a pie in, each other's faces. Like, oh no, Mo can put a pie somewhere else. No, Mo is a G. I mean, Mo is from the best case in Justice for All. So, unpopular opinion, I know, but... Uh-oh. That's right, I have to try, Oh, what is... Oh, man. I'm... Kay Faraday, the great thief will do anything to get her hands on the truth. Second Yatagras, an assistant to Mr. Edgeworth. She's back! She's fucking back! We are untold levels of back. Oh, yeah. My poor chair took a bit of a pounding there. Whoops. Kay, is that really you? Can't say I'm not a little bit embarrassed, but... Yeah, I'm back. And I couldn't have done it without you, Mr. Edgeworth. You never stopped helping me, even when I was totally lost and couldn't remember anything. Thank goodness, you certainly seem to be back. Kay, so this is the real you, huh? Welcome back. Am I happy to hear that theme again? I'm really happy it's not the theme that literally made me, like, break down into a sobbing fucking mess live on stream. The weird girl has returned, yeah. Oh, it's so good to know you're better. I can sleep easy now. Now that you found it, don't you dare go losing that memory of yours again, you lady. Yeah? Miss Needler, Dr. Hart, thanks a lot for looking after me. And if you really are better, how about you get out of them dang hospital duds? Oh yeah, I lost all your clothes for you. Here. I thought they were Detective Gumshoe. He handed them over to us after they came back from forensics. And did he happen to mention if forensics found anything of note? I didn't ask. Anyway, never mind that now. Put them on, Kay, I want to see. Wait, what about her bandages? Surely it's too soon to remove them? Oh, it's probably fine. She may have taken a big old bump to the head, but she wasn't really hurt otherwise. But then, why all the bandages in the first place? Prevention is better than cure. Stitching time saves 9. Those are few of my mottos. Both of which sound like painfully annoying practices for your patients. Okay, Kay, transformation time. Magical girl transformation. Yeah, now this is what I'm talking about. Fits like a stolen glove. That smell suits you better too. Huh? Franny? Okay. So... I don't know how to respond to this. As it always did. Are you flirting with her? How old are you at this point, Francisca? You're 18? 19? You know what? You know what? The age gap is acceptable. The age gap is acceptable. We'll allow this, right? You know, the two-year age gap. You know, 2-year age gap. You know, they look happy together. Good on them. Thanks to you too, Miss Von Carmen. I'm so glad you showed up when you did. I simply came when Scruffy asked me to.
Oh no! What a mental image! Oh, I know exactly what's about to happen to me, but it was worth it. Maybe if I hide? Ow!
Well, you know what? That could have been worse. I'm sure he'll be very happy to see that you're back to your old self too. Speaking of Gummy, ow, where is he? Who knows? I'm magnetized now. Perhaps the veil of his devotion ran dry when a certain someone threw away his badge. Detective Gumshoe. Anyway, I have to be going, and I'll be taking those two with me. Wait, what's going to happen to them? Acting as an accomplice in a murder and forging an autopsy report 18 years ago, their crimes can't be allowed to go unpunished. But the fact that Hexose has been coerced into cooperating will of course be taken into account. Don't you worry about us, Kay. As long as Grandma and me together, we'll be alright. You know, she really does remind me of a certain tape here. You know, a nurse who will just, like, straight up kill you. Take care, Kay Faraday, until we meet again. So, Kay, I know you only just got your memory back, but I need to ask you some questions. Sure, ask away. What happened the day you lost your memory? What were you doing? Let's see. Somebody asked me to meet them at Gourd Lake. Is Francie gay the eternal question? Yes. That's... How is that a question? Yes, she is. She's an Ace Attorney primary character. Of course she's gay. Like, you know, we're not even... You know, we're not, like, casting aspersions or using it in any sort of insulting way or whatever. It's just, no, she's an Ace Attorney character. She is homosexual. These are just facts. Same as Phoenix, same as Edgeworth. I mean, Gumshoe's not exactly a main character, so that's debatable there. But, like, all of the main cast of Ace Attorney are incredibly gay. You know, Edgeworth and Phoenix, ship. About the only, like, heterosexual ship that I can really kind of put together, I suppose, would be Apollo and Athena. But, like, even that's kind of borderline, because Apollo's looking at Clay Terran, and he's just like, you could Terran me up a bit if you want, son. Gumshoe has Maggie. Yeah, that's true. I forgot. How can I forget about Maggie? She's always getting into shit. She got into shit in this game series, didn't she? But I didn't know who it was. So there I was, just looking up at the moon when somebody in a red raincoat started walking toward me. They must have drugged me somehow, because that's when I fell unconscious. What? I'm not sure I followed. Kay was at Gourd Lake, looking up at the moon. Anyway, when I came to, I was on the roof of this building. I was in a daze and stumbling around up there when I saw the person in the red raincoat again, but they were lying on the ground. I was so surprised I stumbled backward. Oh. And then I was falling and everything went dark. When I came to the second time, I couldn't remember anything. The person in the red raincoat, who in the world were they? I'm sure they were walking in mid-air. Thinking about it's making my head hurt. Walking in mid-air, well, like a tightrope walk or something. There's got to be some trickery involved in this. Just breathe, Kay. You only just got your memory back. You're still confused. I imagine the root cause of your confusion is your memories are two different locations. I imagine things are all mixed up in your mind because you were at Gourd Lake one minute and then at the top of the big building the next. They achieved the power of flight. Yeah. They achieved takeoff. And because you saw the moon in both locations, your mind blended your memories of the two together. But those are two totally different places. I know it's pretty out of it, but I don't think I could have gotten them confused that easily. I believe these things on the roof may have made you more likely to become confused. These things on the roof may have made you more likely to become confused. You gotta go. No worries, Hades. You take care, and hopefully we will see you soon. Tomorrow is Oblivion from 1 PM UK time. Going to be probably playing for 5 or 6 hours again. Big, long, old Oblivion session. I'm enjoying those, like, a lot. I'm surprised how much I'm enjoying playing Oblivion again. Right, okay. So, there's something that we need to point out here. The lights, maybe? Cherry blossoms? I think it might be the cherry blossoms.
Take that!
There are 2 key similarities between the scene down by Gourd Lake and here on top of the big building. Cherry blossoms and food stands. Wait, you're right! Oh, so either of those would have worked. Those similarities are what cause your memories of both places to overlap. The person in the red raincoat wasn't walking in midair. They were walking towards you from across the park. But in your blurry memories, that same sight played out over the viewing platform instead. No way! Who steals a great thief's memories, huh? That's just cheating! Even still, this doesn't answer the question of who attacked Kay in the park. Was it the person in the red raincoat she saw? Do you hear that? It sounds like it's coming from up in the storeroom. Come on, let's go take a look. Well, hoo-wee! I smell another scoop in the oven. You're still here? Interesting. It's coming from this little gadget here, Mr. Edgeworth. Ugh, this transceiver. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before. It's still going, but I'm no good with technology. Come on, you have to pick up. Fine, I'll do it. Hey, this is Edgeworth. Okay, if you could refrain from answering strange calls for me. Mr. Edgeworth, I presume. I know that voice. Shelley the Killer. What? Congratulations on another case solved. Yet, I can't truly say it's been fully resolved, can you? I'm sure you've noticed by now that there was a mastermind at work orchestrating the entire incident. Ah, how do you even know about this case? That's not what's important right now. Let's focus on this certain individual for the time being, shall we? He recognized him this time? Yeah, I'm concerned about that. I have indeed been wondering myself if somebody else could have been involved. If not, how was he explain the piece of evidence that proves so damning to Kay's case? No way! An evil mastermind? But who? Who indeed? Perhaps you could share your thoughts? What is the evidence in question that points to somebody else's involvement? Well, it's the letters, because the letters are the only piece of evidence that Winner was unaware of.
Take that!
This right here proves that somebody else was behind all this. Sorry, I don't get it. Sadly, neither do I. Really? That wasn't it. There was one clearly suspicious piece of evidence. What was it? Ha. I mean, there's the ticket stub. We never found out what the ticket stub was, did we? Because look at this.
Take that!
This right here proves that someone else is behind all this. Oh, it's not that either. Then the plushie? It's the only other thing I can think of. Because, like, we never found out what was going on with the ticket stub. The letters we know were unrelated to Excelsior's winner. And Kay's like, just received a letter. So she's not aware of the other one. So I guess this?
Take that!
What? Is this random bullshit go time? We're just going to have to throw every piece... At the last hurdle, it throws a random bullshit go at us. Are you kidding me? Oh, come on. I hate it when it does this. The only other thing we've got is the red raincoat. But the thing is, like, we can't say that the person in the red raincoat who came for Kay was not tied into it. Or, I mean, it's the closest thing we've got to go on at the moment. So, like, I suppose we play these, and if it's not these, we'll just have to present everything, like, in sequence and hope for the best.
Take that!
No, it's not that. Oh, for fuck's sake. Why is this case done this? Right at the last minute, it throws bollocks at us. Oh, it was so peak until now.
Take that!
Right, okay, it's random bullshit go time then. Okay. That's annoying. Alright, we'll present everything in sequence until we get the right one then. And it's not going to make any sense, is it, at this point? Because we've gone through the sensible answers.
Take that!
Not that one. Okay. Fair enough. Not that one. We've presented that. We've presented that. I don't see how it could be any of these, but then it's not been any of the stuff that makes sense.
Take that!
Okay, not that. Okay, fair enough. The big building pamphlet?
Take that!
Nope, not that. It really annoys me when the game does this. Like, you go through the logical answers, and it's like, no, it's definitely not them. So you just have to throw whatever sticks. Kay's recollections. Is that it?
Take that!
Nope, not Kay's recollections either. Okay. I'm so glad that there's not, like, a health bar tied to this, because this would just be an exercise in frustration. It's probably why they've put this right at the end here and not put a health bar inside. And then no one's going to get this. No one's going to be able to work this out, so let's just troll the player a little bit. Why not? That'll be fun. Not right, so it's nothing on page 1. Okay. The candelabrum? It's... I think we tried to use the plushie already. Yeah, we used the plushie already. A letter that appears to have been written to the victim by Kay. But I already played the other... A letter Kay was carrying is addressed to her, but if that letter doesn't work, why would this one work? Surely both of them or none of them would work.
Take that!
Right, okay, so it's taken a complete... So basically, the one letter doesn't work, but this one does. Both of them should work, because no one knows where these letters came from. Surely both of them should work. So, sometimes the leaps of, like, brain this game expects you to make are just not viable. You know, it would have taken me a long-ass time to come to this conclusion naturally. You know, if the first letter doesn't work, it kind of, to my mind... The second letter is discounted by default? Ugh. The letter Kay supposedly wrote to the victim. Yeah, I don't remember ever writing that. So who did? Who would prepare such a thing? I know I'm not the only one who would like to know. And how do we know it wasn't you? Now, why would I do a thing like that? I believe the truth can only fully come to light in a court of law. But since you've had your badge revoked, that is no longer an option. So, how will it all end? I, for one, will be watching from the sidelines with interest. Is this going to be Edgeworth handing loss?
You know what? Give me just a second. Hold on. I need to send this somewhere. Give me a moment. Where's Daddy Mash's Discord at? There we go. There we go. I've sent it to a page, Discord, who does like he runs a meme page, but like lost jokes. Yeah, we send that over. That's fucking amazing. I shouldn't be laughing at it, but that's very funny. He even knows about my badge? Oh, and one last thing. I do hope you won't betray my trust in you. Now, I bid you farewell. What the heck did he mean by the case hasn't been fully resolved? And why is he so interested in us anyway? I think it's just one giant ball of mysteries. It seems we've only scratched the surface of this case. But even without my badge, I'm going to carry on doing what I can. However this ends, one thing's for certain. Come what may, I will expose the truth. Ho ho! Nice. Right, okay. I'm going to wrap things up there tonight. My voice is starting to go. Like, it actually hurts. Give me just a moment, alright? Hold up. There. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear, but like my voice is straining quite badly. Before I do these streams, I need to start doing vocal warm-ups. Also, I have been working all day, and that strains my voice anyway. So, yeah, we'll come back to this next Friday, and we'll start on the final case of investigations. This has been a ride. That was a really good case. That was, like, very, very good, even if it was kind of upsetting in a lot of places. So, just to cap off the rest of the week, it's only tomorrow that we've got now. And tomorrow is Oblivion, like we said earlier. So we're playing Oblivion from 1 PM UK time. Probably going through to... we're starting at 1. We're probably going to go through to, like, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 at a push. Ooh, excuse me. Oh, wow. I also need to start setting up streams for the rest of the week. I think Monday's ROM hack. We are finally going to play Lost Chozo. Because I've been craving something that is not Super Metroid for a little bit, and something based on Zero Mission would be a nice change of pace. The rest of the week is a bit up in the air, so I might have band stuff going on. I'm not streaming on Wednesday next week, so I'm on a date with my wife all day. So I'm looking forward to that. That should be good. We're going to the mall. And we're going to go see a film. So, yeah, I'm keeping myself away from streaming on Wednesday. Really broadly, though, probably Thursday we're going to start doing Hollow Knight now, because we finish up Tomb Raider 4. I want to play Hollow Knight. And then I think we're probably looking at something like, I don't know, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday next week, but we'll see how we go with that. Anyway, I'll work it out once I've spoken to the band and we work out if we're practicing this week. So, until next time, guys, look after yourselves, take care, have a good day. I'm going to go and get myself something to eat, and I hope you have an enjoyable rest of your day. Until then, oh, Chibi. Apparently I need caffeine as well, but it's like 8 o'clock at night, so that'd be a bad idea. Alright, I'm going to go now. I'll see you guys soon. Take care.